guys, welcome back to the Forgetful Scholar, and this week, no books. This week is going to be a book tag courtesy of Jackie the Reading Wordsmith, and it is my all-time bookish favorites. Thank you, because I did not finish even one book this week, so here we go, book tag. I just saw, I was watching her video on it, and it just seemed like such a cute book tag, so I was like, okay, let's do it. Okay. Question 1. 5 books that define your taste. Okay, so that's kind of a difficult one because I feel like I have like a vast variety of genres and specific subgenres that I like. So I try to pick some of my 5 stars from each of that. And I only had 5, but might be more than 5. So I put Angel by Johanna Lindsey, which is historical romance. I put Wyborn Griffin by Jordan L. Hawk, which is a historical suspense, horror, gothic, I guess gothic you could say, romance. Very Cthulhu-esque. A Noodle Shop Mystery by Lana Chang, because I love cozy mysteries, and that series is the one I've been enjoying so far. Like 9 books I think I've read of them, and I really like it. Dungeon Crawler Carl, Matt Dinneman, which is a progressive or RPG fantasy lit. Surprise no one if you've been here even for like 5 seconds. That one had to go on the list because that is such a not very, but varied taste from what I usually read, and it got me so interested in like expanding to more fantasy. So, and so far I think I finished book 7, and I'm still 5 stars, the whole series 5 stars. And then a contemporary kind of funny paranormal romance, which is My Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine, because like I said, I have like varied taste. So I try to pick one of my 5-star favorites from each genre that I really enjoy. And I think the through line through all that is that I like interesting characters, interesting plots, even if they're secondary plots, and humor. I think that's one of the things that connects. Yeah, the thing that connects all these books is that they made me laugh, that they have a certain humor to them. So I didn't realize that till now. So apparently humor. Here we go. Okay, question 2. Books you were obsessed with during different eras in your life. Okay. So the first one, The Secret Circle by L.J. Smith, and that was like middle school, right? That kind of got me into reading. And if you've been here for a minute, you might already know, but I am dyslexic, and going through elementary school till middle school, I didn't know what it was. I kind of slipped through the cracks. I thought I was just stupid, and then my big sister wouldn't stop talking about, I think they were the Night World books, which I also love. She wouldn't stop talking about it, from L.J. Smith. And I finally kind of nabbed the Secret Circle books of hers, and like one of the covers with a flashlight, and I tried my best to figure out what the words were. And I kind of got into my own makeshift way of like making the letter stop. And I became obsessed with, I guess, paranormal YA at that time. So that was sort of like, oh wow, books are fun kind of moment. And then To Find Out the Heart by Johanna Lindsey, and that was like high school. There's gonna be a lot of Johanna Lindsey's because for a while she's all I read. This one is a medieval historical romance. It takes place in the medieval era, and this was like my first romance book, actually. Yeah, it was my first romance book, and it has to do with a giant landless bastard knight that's a mercenary, and he kidnaps the main girl to deliver to someone else because she's a really wealthy heiress, and she convinces him to marry her instead. Still one of my all-time favorites, still 5 stars, still such a great storyline, twists, yearning, emotional connection, and Ranulph and Rena are still some of my favorite characters in literature, period. So that got, like, that was my high school. I was obsessed with it. I probably read it like 5 times just in high school. And then The Devil Who Tamed Her by Johanna Lindsey again. That was like in university, because like I said, for a while, she's all I read. And then there was a big time period, because I think like everybody else, university or college kind of killed the love of reading a little bit, or like invoked such a reading slump that really all I read for a long time was just Johanna Lindsey historical romance. Because I remember I tried another author and it was just my luck. I picked the wrong book to try, because some of the older historical romance writers, especially like their older books from the 70s and 80s, not that I was reading those at that time, I'm just saying, you know, I don't mind reading older books, have a lot of consent issues, and I picked up this one author that their book was full of consent issues, and I just couldn't. So I just stayed with her for a really long time and reread my favorites, waited until the new one came out, bought it, you know, that for a long time. And then with this channel, one of the reasons this channel exists is because I wanted to vary my reading experience, and then I kind of got introduced to a lot of interesting indie authors, and I enjoyed reading again, but I wouldn't say obsessed until, and you guys are gonna know what I'm saying, because every time I do a gosh darn book tag, I talk about it. Wyborn and Griffin from Jordan L. Hawk. I became obsessed. I still am obsessed. I love that series. And that's more recently. And then right now, my current obsession is Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinman. I love that series so much. I am so worried about what's gonna happen to Sweet Carl at the end of this series, but here we are. Okay, question number 3, favorite genre. I will still have to say my favorite genre. It might not be the genre I read the most in anymore, which kind of surprised me, but my favorite genre is still historical romance. There's just something about it, the sweeping yearning of it, and I think it's just easier to do this suspension of disbelief for me when it's a book set in like something. It's easier to do this suspension of disbelief when books are set in the medieval era or the Regency era, you know, just for me, or the Wild West, you know, just for me. So that's still my favorite genre, but interesting enough, I don't think it's the genre I've read most in, especially last year and this year, which kind of came as a shocker to me. Okay, favorite authors. Okay, so I have to say Johanna Lindsey, of course. She got me through some very hard times and helped me to find joy in reading. I will say Jordan L. Hawk, because their voice is so different than what my lived experience is. And I love found family, which is one of their most used tropes. So I love Jordan L. Hawk. Matt Dinman, because it's the fantasy writer that I am obsessed with right now. I love the humor. And I will say, I think T. Kingfisher is like a new favorite. I have loved their Paladin series so far. And every time a new book comes out, I kind of check it. I don't read all their stuff because they are also a horror writer, and I don't like that. So I would say that's definitely on the list. I am currently in the middle, and I'll probably bring this up again, of The Love Hypothesis. I can't say if Allie Hazelwood is a new favorite because I'm not finished with the book. But so far, it looks like she might be, right? Looks like she might be. Okay, where am I? Okay, question 5, favorite form of reading. Okay, so this switches between physical books and ebooks, and it kind of depends on how I'm doing physically, because again, I'm reiterating a lot of stuff here. I have a chronic illness, and it is completely not unmanageable. It's manageable. I'm just saying, like, 1 minute I'm fine, and the next minute, like, I can't do stuff, okay? So it's very like mercurial. I never know when it's gonna pop up, right? So sometimes my eyes, the Kindle or the ebook hurts my eyes, so I need a physical book. Sometimes the idea, or I can't physically hold up a physical book for more times, and the ebook is easier because it's lighter. So things like that. So it varies between the two. I'm not really an audiobook listener. I will say the audiobook, I finally listened to the audiobook for Dungeon Crawler Carl, and you guys are right. That narrator, amazing. It's just because I love romance books. It's kind of my most read genre. Might not be historical romance, but romance in general. And the idea of like the narrator grunting in my ear, because I tried that once when I was dog grooming, and like it startled the crap out of me, and I just can't. Maybe like I should try it for like cozy mysteries and stuff like that. That could be a lot of fun, like on long drives and things. But I can't listen to, I just can't. So I will say those are my two favorites, and it kind of depends on how I'm feeling in that moment. I know my life. Yeah, I know. Okay, so question 6, favorite book characters. Oh crap, this is gonna be a hard one because I know I'm gonna miss somebody on that list, and after this is uploaded and it's gonna piss me off that I forgot to say this person. I know it. But okay, so Kaz Breaker from Six of Crows, Magnus from I guess you guys would know from like the Shadow Hunter show, the book Magnus. I love him. He's one of my favorites. Reggie from My Plus One Vampire, like him. Amelia Hathaway from, I believe, the first Hathaway books by Lisa Kleypas, and Mine Till Midnight, I believe. Amelia, she's phenomenal. Nina and Morty from Witches of Thistle Grove, the second book. Really love them. And it's interesting because Nina's more of like a character I wouldn't so much like, because she's more like analytical, everything in its place, a lot needs all the plans. Normally I don't really like those characters, but I loved her. I know you expect me to say either Wyborn or Griffin, but you know, I love them as a group, but individually I have to say, and this is from Jordan L. Hawk, the Wrath and Rune series, which takes place a couple years after the Wyborn and Griffin series, different couple. I would say Vesper Rune, because he is a Darkling. So a Darkling is a mortal and a Cthulhu eldritch horror god child. So he's from both, and he was raised in a doomsday cult to take over the world, but he is such a sweetheart. And I won't say a cinnamon roll because he's like really sad and stuff like that. So, especially in the first book. So, a sad cinnamon roll. I love him. He's very sweet. And I love his journey. Angel and Cassie from the book Angel from Johanna Lindsay. Again, individually, I really like them as individuals because Cassie is such a nosy busybody, gets in so much trouble. And Angel has this huge reputation of being like the angel of death, the fastest straw in the West. Bleh. But he's just like he's just an socially anxious guy. So I think that's really fun. Gosh, this list is going to be so long. I'm going to be like, I forgot somebody. Carl from Dungeon Crawler Carl. He just feels so realistic to me. Like, I feel like he reminds me so many of my real life friends, like his personality and things, that like, of course he's up there with my favorites. I know there's gonna be people. Ash from the Night World series by L.J. Smith. Now Ash is like a bad guy turned good guy, and his personality reminds me a lot of Damon Salvatore from the Vampire Diaries show. Not the book, the show, because the book's very different. Vera Wong. I love that lead. I love that bossy little girl. I love her. Ranulph and Rena from Defy Not the Heart, because Ranulph is like a huge, giant knight that's like the best knight in the realm, but he's really just like a cinnamon roll golden retriever to her, and she is like 5'0" general. Like, she controls like, she's so bossy, and it's so great to see, especially since the book from Johanna Lindsey takes place in the medieval era, so it's great to see that. I will forever love her so much. And again, I'm in the middle of the love hypothesis, right? And Olive is up there. I don't know if she is. Like, thing is, like, I haven't finished it, so I don't know if I could say for sure she's one of my favorites. But right now, she's definitely, she definitely could be crawling in. And like, on a side tangent, every time someone talks about the love hypothesis and they talked about the plot, it always sounded a little boring, so I never bothered until the big sale at Barnes & Noble's, and on the back of it, I saw there was a lot of jokes and humor in it. I was like, oh, let me give it a try, right? I love humor, obviously. Because I'm just a big joke. Anyway, no one ever said that Olive, the main girl, is a well-meaning, unintentional chaos monster. And I love that. And like, if someone said that to me, I would have read this book the moment it came out. But that's what she is. And if she continues on this way, she's probably going to end up in one of my favorites, right? I know there's more favorites. Anthony Mallory from the Mallory series, Johanna Lindsey, I adore him. Sarcastic little, and it's great. There's some Amy from the Mallory series. She's a tough 18-year-old that goes after her man and possibly a psychic. I don't know, but she's great. Oh my gosh, have I rambled enough? I know there's gonna be characters I forgot. I know there will be. And it's gonna kick me in the teeth later. I know I'm gonna be so upset that I forgot them. Okay, question 7. Favorite series. So, Wyborn Griffin is a favorite series. Six of Crows, could it be considered a series because it's a duet? Wyborn Griffin, Jordan L. Hawk, Six of Crows, Leigh Bardugo, and Dungeon Crawler Carl, Matt Dinniman, and right now that is, again, I'm obsessed with it. I can't wait. The next book's coming out soon, actually. So this is a series that's got me in a chokehold, and I'm loving it. I'm saying thank you, more, and I'm gonna move on because that got weird. Okay, series you're most excited to finish. What's wrong with me? Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinniman. I can't wait because it's gonna go to book 10. I can't wait, but also I'm super worried because gosh, I hope Carl survives, but who knows. Question 9. Series you're most excited to start? I don't know. I guess A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. It's a duet. Does that count? I can't really think of any other series that I'm kind of like, ooh, I can't wait to get into. Okay, question 10. A book that you predict would be a favorite. So, The Night and the Moth, The Stone Water Kingdom, book 1 by Rachel Gilligan. Gilgen? I only have heard good things. I heard good things that people I have similar taste to, heard good things from people I have opposite taste to. I've heard only good things about this book. So I'm like, oh, that'll probably be a book I really want. But also, it's always sold out in my local stores, and the library, it's always rented out, and there's a long wait. So I don't know if I'm gonna bite the bullet and just buy it, but I don't know. It's like, I don't even know if I like this author's writing, you know? And it's not on sale. If it was on sale, I would, yeah. Okay, question 11. I don't know why I said 11 like that, but here we are. Favorite special edition, favorite book cover, most beautiful book. Well, shit. This is gonna vary a lot for different reasons, okay? So, this is Angel from Johanna Lindsey, and this is a classical historical romance with a beautiful, beautiful setback. Look at that. Look at that clutch cover. You know, this is just a beautiful moment of what, look at that, of what romance novels used to have, and I miss it. I want these back. These are gorgeous. I don't know why I look like a ghost back here, but here we are. I mean, that is gorgeous, right? This is a special edition of Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This I really like because just the Kaz Breaker profile I really, really like. You know what I mean? I think that's that's kind of what I always pictured him in my head. It's a beautiful representation, so I really like that. And again, this is weird because art, especially visual art, is so subjective. My Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine. I really enjoy this style as well. Like, Allie Hazelwood has covers like this. It's more cartoon pop art style rather than a clutch cover, which I miss, I want back. But it's not the amorphous, no features kind of pale beige blobs in clothes, I guess, on other covers. Just between you and me, it's one of the reasons I haven't picked up an Abby Jimenez or Emily Henry books. The synopsis on the back just don't grab me, and the covers are so bland and boring with the little amoeba, no featured people in the front that I'm like, I'm bored. I don't care. I don't wanna read it. You know, it doesn't interest me. Like, the covers don't bring me in, and the synopsis doesn't hook me. And I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. That's more for people. That's not actually for books, because marketing is very important for books. And I understand those authors probably don't have a say, you know, how their books are, but between you and me, not interested. I will say, A Study in Drowning, The Floppy Boy, I really enjoy that silhouette, that cover. Like, even without reading the back, I'm like, oh, there's like magical fae probably involved in this, maybe a dark academia-esque thing going on, you know. But probably one of the books I think is the most gorgeous that I own is Abigail Owen, The Games Gods Play, right? Now that's very cool already. It hooks me in, even though it's classic kind of fantasy, romantic-y cover. Like, there's no actual people, just weapons, symbology. The sprayed edges are just gorgeous to me, right? But the thing that gets me, I love that in the cover, right? It does. That gets me. But, oh, look at that. I find that such a beautiful landscape. It's absolutely stunning to me. Like, here. It's absolutely stunning. Like, I would want this on a canvas on my wall. So I would say this is probably the prettiest book I have, and it kills me because I haven't gotten to it yet. And who knows if I'm actually going to like it. But I also have, I think this book is beautiful, The Rings of Fate by Melissa de la Cruz, or Cruz. The cover's kind of bland, but I like the sprayed edges of the continuous symbol of the rings. But what got me, what I thought was really pretty, was just, again, this is like a beautiful painting I would love on my wall. That's what gets me. Something that's, I'm like, ooh, okay. Like, even The Love Hypothesis, right? I love that kind of cartoonish characters on the front, very comic booky. You could see, even though they're silhouette, you could see what's happening. One is surprised, one has almost a desperate look on their face. I don't mind that. I like that a lot. Would I prefer the clutch covers? Hell yes. But do I prefer that over the amorphous nothing silhouettes? Yes. So again, I'm probably gonna forget some books I have that I like, but you know, here we are. If you could go buy a book right now, and this is question 12, what would you buy just for fun? The Night and the Moth, because again, I don't know if I'll like it. I haven't read anything about the author, but like, oh, I'm so curious. And this one, Nine Goblins by T. Kingfisher. It's a novella, right? And I looked at it in my local stores, and it's like $34 for a hardback novella. And I was like, you gotta be... Absolutely not. I'll do the Kindle version, thanks. I was like, are you kidding me? Even that, I haven't checked what's on the ebooks. It might be too much too. But like, I'm like, you have to be kidding me. But if money was no object, I would get those too. But like, seriously, $34? See this face? This is angry, disappointed. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed face. No, I'm not disappointed, I'm just mad face. $34 my ass. All right, question 13. Favorite Bookish merch you own, shops you like. Okay, so I don't have a lot. Okay, so Bookish merch. Okay, so I do have a tote bag that has like romance reader on it, which I like, and it's really sturdy, and one that says there's always room on the shelf. Sturdy, you know, shopping bags, I like them, but I read this as like merch from books you like, which I don't have a lot. I have I think I showed this before, a shirt of Dungeon Crawler Carl. God damn it, Donut, because Princess Donut is very important to the story. I have that. I have a Murder, She Wrote, and that counts because they're books of Murder, She Wrote bookmark that I love with my queen, Angela Lansbury, Jessica Fletcher. And then I have a Pride and Prejudice inspired bookmark that I love, and I usually use this when I read romance novels. So that's kind of it, you know, as far as like books go. I probably have more anime figures. I have like a Kakashi, a Naruto, and Jujutsu Kaisen figures. You know, that's, you don't care about that. Anyway, I've X-Men figures. Again, you guys don't care about that. Sorry. Okay, so favorite book creators. So I mean, this is a long list. I had a lot of people, so I kind of tried to break it down from those who I watch probably the most, even if I love another one. I probably forgot. Like, I probably just forgot to put on list. Man, my name's Forgetful Scholar for a reason. Forgetful. That's me. I'm like I walk through a door and I'm like, why am I in this room? I forgot. I'm telling you, struggle's real. So first one, Brandy Reads. I love you, girl. I watch you all the time. Jackie, the Reading Wordsmith. I recently started watching her. I really, really enjoy her. And she is the creator. But this is maybe not creator, I'm not sure, but she's the one that I got this book tag from. David G. Forlando. He's great. Probably completely messed up your name. I'm so sorry. Reads with Rachel. She takes psychic damage for us all, and we should appreciate the hell out of her. Jess Owens, hilarious. Love her so much. Katie Coulson, Gavin Reads It All. I especially love his reading horror books in haunted locations, because I love watching haunted videos and that like together. It's like my favorite. Daniel Green, Reads with Cindy, Carrie Can Read, Gabby Reads, and Savvy Writes Books. Again, I probably forgot like a bunch. So I'm so sorry. But I can't. Adult, you should know this by now. Anyway, I don't want to, but it's time for me to get back to the real world. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.